What's up, delightful humans? I'm Shannon Townsend.
And I'm Richard Townsend of the Married Marks podcast.
And you are listening to Scheduled for One Fall.
Episode 49. I am Patrick alongside Val Capone, aka the Big Val Boski. And, here we are. We're back. How are you doing tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good, feeling pretty great. Can't complain. Pretty sure my pasty white ass got sunburned today at work, but that's okay. It's a good problem to have because I don't really remember when I checked the temperature in Chicago at some point today. I think it was like 12 degrees or something like that.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. It's rough. It's rough. Like I went to go take out my trash and I can feel my beard getting stiff from the wind. So yeah, it's
But don't worry, it's going to be like 37 tomorrow and like 42 and raining on Saturday.
I can't wait until it's 42. Then I can go outside with a tank top on.
Just so you know, everybody warned me that I should bring a jacket with me to work tomorrow because it might be kind of chilly. It's only a high of 64 tomorrow, so.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, I do. I will say one thing. I do miss those cool nights in Mesa, Arizona. Those are they were pretty fun. But hot as fuck during the summertime. 121 degrees. My black ass would be turning purple by the time. If I stayed the whole summer, oh my god, I would. Yeah.
That's absolutely why I only am here. You know, I was here for Royal Rumble, then I went home and worked for end of shit.
There you go. I hear you. There you go.
Down Chicago Bears. Did y'all hear that?
No, what happened?
My phone started ringing, and in my ear. No, that's my ringtone. 365 days a year, because I guess I'm a glutton for punishment.
Oh,
but yeah, Chicago Bears. But that's why I'm only here February until the end of March, because after that is when Phoenix and Mesa turn into like the first circle of hell, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I think the seventh circle of hell doesn't arrive until July or August, but
yeah, it gets pretty bad, and I feel bad for anyone in Arizona that doesn't have any deodorant. So
yeah, I bring mine to work just to be on the safe side.
And you know what's crazy? I think that's why I don't like too many neck beards, because I remember the last time I went to a Raw, it was in Phoenix, Arizona. So I guess that explains it all, The sun,
absolutely.
But I guess it's been a long week in wrestling. Me being the stoner that I am, completely forgot what happened, but a lot of stuff did happen, and I guess we got to start with King Kong Bundy.
Yeah,
called up
away.
to the big room in the sky or whatever.
The big gorilla position in the sky.
Yeah.
He was only 63.
Yeah, I that's, to me. You know what? I kind of want to say it's young, but it's not.
Yeah,
especially
it's really not
in this business,
Well, and especially since Ric Flair is now officially the most badass 70-year-old alive, because Tall Dad turned 71 on March the 5th. So happy birthday, Tall Dad.
Oh shit! Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
That already happened?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
Tall
god!
Dad.
If I would have knew that, I would have like sent a message so you can like relay the message to him. Like, oh man, I feel bad, man.
No, it's cool. He'll just burp on your eye. It's all good.
That's cool. That's all I wanted, to be honest. No, but yeah. So King Kong Bundy died. Me personally, I don't have that many memories of him. I didn't start watching until like the new generation, but I do remember his match with Hulk Hogan because I went back and saw it a little bit, later on in life. Right. And it's crazy to think, like, in the 80s, he was like only like in his 20s, but he was so fucking like huge, like, holy shit. Like, I don't know what type of, I can't really compare, you can't compare King Kong Bundy, like.
No, he was definitely like his own. I mean, he was like every article kept saying gargantuan professional wrestler or man mountain. And actually, he was 61 because he was born in
61.
57. So you'll have
Okay.
to forgive me for my shitty math, but whatever.
No, you're good. We went to Chicago public school, so
Yeah,
it's
we
it's,
did go
it's
to
fine.
Chicago public schools.
So
But he started when I was like 2 years old, I want to say. Yeah, he
yeah.
debuted in 1981. And he was basically best known in my mind for two things. One, he was the headlining, he was a main event in the
Mm-hmm.
steel cage, excuse me, versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I
That's
distinctly remember
yeah.
that. Um, and then also, he was on Married with Children. Do you remember that?
Um, you know, I probably don't. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I did watch Married with Children because number one, you know what's crazy? The only reason I only watched Married with Children is because it took place in Chicago.
Yeah, you know what's funny is every time I take somebody around town, I take them on this like quick and easy guided tour of Chicago. And I bring them to a couple of sites. And one of the things I do when we go past Buckingham Fountain is I start singing Love and Marriage. And people are like, oh, the Married with Children fountain.
Yeah, that's sad. The Married with Children fountain.
Yeah,
That's all it's
not
been.
Buckingham Fountain.
Yeah.
Nope. Married with.
Yeah.
But you know what's sick is nowadays people are saying, oh, the Lollapalooza fountain. It's like, oh, God, go
Oh
fuck
yeah,
yourself.
oh my yeah, fucking Generation Y or whatever the fuck they're called now. I don't know.
What
Um,
about Generation Why Don't You Go Fuck Yourself? How about that?
yeah, hey, that's a good one. We got to make that into a T-shirt. I'm pretty sure somebody will buy it. But yeah, so King Kong Bundy gets the 5 bell salute. Um,
Uh,
it's sad, and it's crazy because sometimes people look at certain things to realize like that they're old. And it seems
mhm.
like now, with all these wrestlers like passing away throughout the years, it's kind of like, damn, man, I'm really getting old because now the older guys are now starting to croak. Well, not croak.
Yeah.
That sounds bad. They're starting. They're starting to pass away. So
Yeah.
and it's sad. We got Flair's 70.
Hmm.
So it's like they're getting up there, but yeah,
Yeah, but
it's
I mean, but Bundy was wrestling a long time. If I'm not mistaken, he went like his last match was something like 2007, 2008. So I mean, he was going for a very long time.
yeah,
Um, and especially with a man of his size, like he was a big dude putting himself through a lot of shit for a very long time.
yeah.
Yeah, and also when I was just looking up to double check my facts, I just saw that supposedly, because I remember him being on Married with Children, and I was like, oh yeah, supposedly the creators named the family the Bundy family, like Al Bundy, you
Yeah.
know, after King
Mhm.
Kong Bundy,
See
and
that?
he, yeah, so there you go, surreal. I remember him teaching Bud how to wrestle, but evidently he was also supposedly Uncle Irwin, the brother of Peggy Bundy herself. So there you go. Useless fun fact about
See, I didn't
the
know that.
dearly departed. Yeah.
Did not know that. But you know what? I guess we can go from some bad news to some depends on who you talk to. Good news. Tori
How
Wilson's
about
going into the
how
Hall of
about
Fame.
some bad news to some rad news?
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Well,
All right.
Hal said it. Tori's in the Hall of Fame. Um, I'll let you talk on it.
Are you feeling frustrated by this?
Yes, I am. I feel don't get me wrong. I'm pro women, pro
Yeah,
everything.
absolutely.
Um, I just feel like there's, you know, someone else, Luna Vachon.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do Luna Vachon simply because one of the
Yeah,
things I loved about her
yeah,
is that she was such a train wreck. But
yeah,
one of the things that's really hard about, like, thinking that they would ever give Luna the props that she deserves is that she was such a train wreck.
yeah,
And she didn't exactly, like, leave on the best of terms.
yeah. She
So,
didn't, but it's like, come on, and she's part of a famous family too. A lot of people
right,
don't give her
exactly.
credit either, but like there's Tori, there's Victoria. I thought should she's
Mm-hmm.
worthy. Um, Man, I want to say Jazz. She's a current female NWA champion, right now at
Mhm.
the age of 48. I mean, I just feel like there's so many other deserve, not to take anything away from her because that's wonderful, but if I can
Well,
recall, I don't think she's ever had a title reign.
I'm
I
gonna
don't,
look
I
on
don't
that while I talk
yeah,
to you about.
I don't think she's
So,
ever had the belt.
so with Tori, I am kind of proud of her. I know that sounds weird, but she's kind of in between. I feel like a rock and a hard place because she does have that bikini matches, pillow fights. She made out with didn't she like make out with Sable in the ring while they were both wearing string
Yeah,
bikinis? I mean,
yeah,
so to a certain extent, I'm just like gross. And you know, but she also fought to like even get to wrestle. So even though she was wrestling in bikinis, she was actually wrestling. I mean, there was also, the tickle fights and the makeout parties, but she
yeah,
actually wrestled. And, when my friend Julie and I were sitting here watching the little video package that they did on her, I even turned to Julie and I said, I wish they would showcase her wrestling more rather than just having like the MTV footage of her being a hot babe and
yeah,
being the most downloaded woman on SmackDown Live. I mean,
yeah. I will
so
say that. Yeah,
she tried to like bridge the gap to a more serious wrestler, while all the women that you mentioned are, I think, also deserve props and treatment, and they were more serious wrestlers, quote unquote. She
yeah,
tried. It's a lot easier to like, you know, get your point across with a handshake than a fuck you. You know what I mean? And I think she was trying a handshake rather than being like, fuck you, I'm going to be radical and change it. I think she
yeah,
was like, okay, you want tits and ass? Here it is. But let me get a 35-second match instead of a 30-second match. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
and also, I thought she did super, super great at Evolution. I thought she did wonderful. She looked fantastic. She's
yeah.
doing
She
a lot
didn't
of
look bad.
she's doing a lot of good outside of wrestling. So if you're gonna put a diva era wrestler in the HOF, I mean,
Yeah, I feel bad because I'm just like, come on, man. Like,
yeah,
you know, yeah, like I said, it's a lot of people that, well, not a lot. There's only like maybe 3 or 4 women I think that should have went ahead of her. But like I said, everyone has their time, and then you also got to think, look, we're not getting nothing better than DX this year.
hmm
That's obviously that's going to close the show. So,
we got
you
Honky Tonk Man.
oh man, yeah. That's a good one. And you know what's so crazy about Honky Tonk Man is that he's finally going into the Hall of Fame. But and I've seen it. There's plenty of videos of him saying like bashing the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I guess whatever little money they give you in your ring, I guess I don't know. So we'll move on from that. Some more bad news. um, the NXT champion
Oh
has
God, my heart is breaking right now.
yeah, he has to undergo neck surgery and could be out for approximately a year.
Yeah,
It's sucks really bad. Um, Champa is I will consider one of the best in NXT.
in
Um,
wrestling,
yeah, in
in
wrestling
wrestling.
too. Yeah, he's really really fucking good. Um, him, I don't know what they were doing with them going back and forth NXT to Raw, SmackDown, or whatever. Um, but yeah, man, this sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, it's
It
such bad
sucks.
timing.
You know, yeah, especially after him being gone for so long, rehabbing like his leg, which played off into a great storyline in
hmm
the long run. But yeah, it's like, man, if it is one thing, it's another, but yeah, that fucking sucks that he has to get neck surgery and stuff like that, and hopefully he comes back better than ever, because a lot of guys, they get that surgery, and I mean, Stone Cold was okay, but he wrestled probably maybe 2 more years after that. Edge had that surgery. Chris Boop, he's had it. And I'm trying to think. There's a couple of people that had that neck surgery, and they were
I
able
mean,
to bounce back and be okay.
It's definitely not. It's not a career ender, but it can certainly alter your career. I mean, Sheamus is still wrestling with spinal stenosis. I don't know how the hell that dude does it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what forced Edge into retirement. Who else? There was a couple people that we know about. So I'm hoping that, I'm hoping nothing but the best for Ciampa, because I mean, he was on the Indies for so long, and so that's so much wrestling that was done before he even made it to NXT, let alone starting to get the scratch of the main roster. I mean, it's really sad.
Yeah.
But
So, well,
but we have some good news.
Good news, yes, please. What's the good news, Val? What's the good news?
The good news is WrestleMania 36 has a location.
Yeah.
And it's in Tampa.
Look. Okay. There's only one thing I like about this WrestleMania announcement, is that we finally get original, like they're going back to creative logos.
Yeah.
Instead of like the bullshit that they've been doing for like the last, I don't know, like 7 years. It hasn't been shit. I remember like that's what stood out to me the most, like the WrestleMania signs that they used to make, only reason I don't like this, I feel like WrestleMania is in Orlando like every other year.
Right, but Orlando is not Tampa.
Yeah.
And Tampa, there's going to be a pirate ship in the background, which makes me really happy of all the stupid pirate-related crap they're probably going to sell for WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah, you can already, yes. Oh, Kyrie Sane shit is about to go crazy out the door.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, my dad is going to be so stoked because he is a goddamn pirate. So I'm going to have to find triple XL and everything with this stupid logo on it. I'm very excited to buy that for Tall Dad.
Yeah.
I just sent you a picture of the babeliest babe that was ever a babe in front of the new logo. Yeah, Charlotte.
Moss is looking really good. She is
Stone Cold Fox.
Yeah, she's looking good. Even she should have kept the mole, but it is what it is. It is
cool.
I will say one thing though, she's gotten angrier with it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So I guess that's all the news I can think of right now. I don't, like I said, people died.
Mark Henry's donating his brain.
Oh yes, right. Mark Henry donating his brain to CTE research. That should be interesting because I don't know if Chris Boop brain. I don't know if
redacted.
Yeah, I don't know if vacant got his brain. Yeah, I don't know if his brain went to research or whatever. It would be interesting to see what wrestling does to a person's, because like I said, you're getting hit, over the head, dropped on your head and all types of shit, for years, not to the extent of fucking football, but still, a lot of impact and stuff. So
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it is pretty similar to football, except for there's no helmet involved every time your head, because you don't have to hit your head to get a concussion. You don't have to hit your head to get a bruise on your brain.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
One of my, I've had 12, to be perfectly honest with you. I've had 12 that I know of, and 6 of them were life. Yeah. And 6 of them were life before roller derby, and 6 of them were life since I started roller derby. So 15 years. So 6 concussions. That's not that bad considering I play a full contact sport.
That is true.
My second concussion, my first one I was 11, but my second concussion I was 16 when I got in my car accident, and I never hit my head on anything, but the impact of being hit by an Ace Hardware truck head on rattled my brain so much it severely concussed me, because your brain is just floating inside your skull. Yeah.
See, that's the thing, like, I hate to cut you off. Like, see,
no, you're fine.
I be feeling like I don't have any juice left. I don't feel like there's no juice up there. Maybe I just smoked it all away.
You smoked it all away.
Yeah,
you smoked away all the juice.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe I need to donate mine as well. I think I'm an organ donor. I think so. I guess.
I
I don't
think
know.
everybody should be an organ
Yeah,
donor. I mean, I
you know
know
what?
some people,
I am.
some people have religious beliefs and all that, and I get it and I respect that, but the people that are not super strongly religious,
Yeah, I can give
regarding
two
what
shits
happens
about
to their,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it could very easily save somebody's life. And just doing the research, I mean, I'm donating everything. If any of my organs are still good luck, have them. And
Yeah, that's
then,
one thing. Like, I'm not gonna. I can't use them. I'm dead.
right, exactly.
Like, what the
And
fuck?
then,
Like, I can't. Yeah.
and then
So
I said, cremate the rest of me and split me between Wrigley and Soldier Field,
oh man,
because that way, whenever you miss me, you can just go have an old style in the bleachers and be like, that bitch.
Val, that's probably the most Chicagoish shit I've ever heard. You know,
You're welcome.
don't spread my ashes in Wrigley Field and Soldier Field. So
Yeah, man. I
I
don't want a
get it.
funeral. I just want you guys to turn on the Bears game and go, Val cunt pone.
You know what? Yeah, I know we're going off topic here, but yeah, fuck funerals, man. Funerals stink. Like, you know what? I don't like funerals. I hate funerals. Um, I feel like funerals are like for people to just show up and just to make sure you're dead, or just to come and like talk shit. Oh, look at this dead motherfucker laying here. Like, I don't want that. I want
They're gonna
people
be
to
like, you lazy ass.
yeah, look at this lazy motherfucker. Like, no, I don't want that. I want to be celebrate. I don't know how I want to go. I do want to get cremated. I just don't know where to put me. Like, I don't have a Wrigley Field or a Soldier Field thing. I don't know. And I don't want to go in Lake Michigan because I've seen a lot of homeless people piss and shit in there. So I just want to go. I just want to go somewhere nice. I don't care, man. I don't know. I'll think about that when the time comes. But yeah, like yeah, fuck. Um, always be a organ donor. If you're not, go and get your ID done again and donate your organs because you don't need them if you're dead. Like really, like you don't need them. So
No, you don't.
oh, and see, this is crazy. We go from CTE talk to fucking organ talk, but that's,
Well, let's talk about something that makes me feel like like when you're in the hospital and you have the boop, boop, boop,
mhm.
you never want to hear the flat line, right?
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
that means your heart's beating, your brain's done, and that's when everybody has to cremate me and spread me between Wrigley and Soldier Field, right?
Yeah,
But boy, do I feel like the heart of Raw is just about weak enough to be flatlined. Like, woof. This week's
yeah.
was really hard to watch.
And it's crazy because what we got Fastlane coming up in
Yep.
what, like a week or so or something like that.
Isn't it this Sunday?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's Sunday. So yeah, so we got Fastlane coming up Sunday, and we have a somewhat shitty Monday Night Raw.
Like the go home episode was pretty much garbage.
Yeah, definitely was. It was trash. It was, yeah, it was trash. It's a hard watch. It's a very hard watch, and I know I've been saying that for like the past 3 weeks.
Isn't that rough though? Like,
It's rough. It's rough, and it's so crazy. Raw has been so bad. I've been watching Booker T's reality of wrestling on YouTube every week now.
oh no.
I watch that now, and it's not because no offense to that, like it's actually a good like programming. One day one day I think we should review that and talk about it.
All right, I'm
Because,
down.
because there's some interesting things that happens on that show, like the way that they shoot it and things like that. Like that's kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I guess we kicked off Monday with Roman Reigns coming out, and of course, the big dog is back. He's still celebrating. He calls out Seth Rollins, and he wants to reunite the Shield, which I'm totally against. But
Are you? You think
yeah,
it just like leave sleeping dogs lie? I mean,
yes,
sleeping big dogs. I meant sleeping big dogs. I'm sorry.
sleeping big dogs. Yeah, like this will be the fourth, I think, reunion.
Yeah.
I know one happened. One had to stop because Roman got suspended for
Right.
indulging in some, I don't know what, but that
Organics.
organic stuff. And then you had the second time, I want to say it was Seth. that got what? No, it wasn't Seth that got hurt. I think Dean got hurt.
Yeah, Dean got hurt. Wait, was that when they were with Kurt Angle? No, that was.
No, that's
Oh, yeah.
when whatchamacallit
Yeah.
was on the stuff. The big dog was on the stuff
Oh,
because
when he had when he was patient zero, or was that when he was suspended for
that's
drugs?
when he was suspended. Yeah. No,
Okay.
no. That's when he was. Yeah, that's when he was
When he
almost
was.
a zombie. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He was almost a zombie.
Yeah. So yeah, I forgot about that. So one time was when Roman was suspended. One time was when he caught that virus, and then the third time,
The fact that we have to talk about how many times that they've
yeah,
said,
that's the
you know what
point.
I mean?
Yeah. So
That's so. Fuck you and your dogs. You know
yes,
what I mean?
so that's why I can't get with it. But Rollins comes out and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm with it, man. You know, tomorrow isn't guaranteed. We're brothers and all that stuff." And then they call out Dean, who comes out to the ramp, but he gets smashed over the back with a guitar by yours truly, Elias. I know a lot of people
Whoa,
thought
whoa,
it was
whoa!
gonna say Jeff
That was
Jarrett.
you? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that was
So
you. You did that.
yeah, like holy shit. Yeah, like oh my god, the only person in the fucking WWE with a guitar,
Yeah.
But yeah, so that happened, and then we go to Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley, who was with Leo Rush. They defeated Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, and Kurt Angle. Look, I am tired of seeing Kurt Angle wrestle. I don't want him to have a WrestleMania match. And you know what's crazy about this match is that he was barely in the match. Like I see what they
Right.
did. Braun did a lot of the like the workload. I get it. You're protecting him, but if you have to protect Kurt Angle, who won a medal with broken freaking neck, you have to protect him for that match went on for it was like 10 minutes, something like that. You come on. I don't want to see. You know what? They're going to give Kurt his last match too, but it better not be no fucking one-on-one match. I don't want to see Angle fight anyone one-on-one.
I will say that again. My good friend Julie and I were watching this together, and two observations was I was like, if they thrust their arms together, that means the Shield is back together. And I was in the other room. She just gave me a thumbs up and was like, yup. I was in the other room and that happened. She's like, they're pushing their fists together. I was like, they're fisting each other. The Shield is back together because they are fisting each other.
And see, that's what I like people that don't normally watch, the product, and then they can kind of get into it and be like, oh shit, like, all right. And they kind of understand once you explain, little things, like you just said, like, look, if they put their fists together, they're back. If they don't do that, then they're not back together. So,
yeah, she was very excited that the Shield had reunited. No idea what any of that meant and what garbage it was that this is the fourth time they've reunited. I'm like, they do it all the time. But
according to WWE, my bad.
No, it's not good.
The Shield was like number 2 all-time trios.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
NWO was number 1. Well, yeah. Anyway, what were you saying? My bad.
No, it's all good. I was gonna say the other thing she said is Kurt Angle is still wrestling. Now, keep in mind when we went, what was that, 2017, on like the 3rd of July or whatever, we went to wrestling together for the first time because she had just designed the Finn Balor armband. So I went with her to the show, and she was so excited because she was a Kurt Angle fan. So I was like, oh, cool. But that was 2017, and he's like 75 years old. Well, he's not that old. I shouldn't say that. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I have a really hard time with wrestlers coming back to the point where they're like, oh, we're wheeling them out again.
Yeah, that's what it seems like when I see Kurt Angle's like they got him in a wheelbarrow, and they're just rolling him down the ramp.
Yeah.
He got to roll in the ring. Someone's poking him with a stick. Like, wake up! It's time to perform.
They're like making him chug a gallon of milk.
Yeah, like it's. I am sick. I want to sign a petition right now, or start one to have Kurt never look. He has done everything that he can do. There's no reason to give this man a WrestleMania match. We're not going to see a moonsault from him.
Right. I don't want to see a moonsault. I don't want him to die.
Yeah, like I don't look. the only good suplexes he's thrown since he's been back from Hall of Fame was on I can't the Bollywood boys. I can't
Oh
Sunil
yeah, Sunil
Samir.
and Samir.
Yeah, that's it. But they weigh like 100 pounds, so that's why they looked great. But him trying to suplex Drew McIntyre, he looks like he's struggling. He's all red. He's about to shit on himself. I don't want Kurt Angle to shit on himself in the ring. So please, WWE,
Agree.
even though I know you don't listen to this shit, look, I know someone has to agree with me. Maybe I don't know, whatever. I'm just over it, What happened next? Okay, there we go. So that went into a no contest. I think I said that. No,
Yeah.
they got defeated. My bad. Natalia defeated Ruby Riott.
Which way to build her up, guys.
Yeah, like I don't get it. I don't get it. Whatever. I know they just fought not that long ago because they had the feud and they was using all of her dad's like stuff, and,
On the table, yeah, that was so weird.
Yeah. So Heavy Machinery, which I'm kind of on the fence about. They defeated the B Team and Ascension and Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder in a gauntlet match because the other guys were in the back like talking shit about Otis. I forgot things they were saying, but whatever. It was probably some shit Kevin Dunn wrote or something. Maybe Bruce Prichard wrote it or some shit. I don't know. Now that he's back,
it was probably terrible.
Yeah, fucking up my whole podcasting schedule now. So Elias defeated Dean Ambrose. And I believe this is when the Shield came out, or Roman and Seth Rollins came out to save him from Bobby Lashley and like all those guys that came back out again. And that's when they reunited for the 17,000th time.
Just to make sure you're still paying attention, y'all.
Yeah, which goes to show that Seth Rollins he don't got no plans. Roman Reigns don't got or unless they do something for Fastlane and it's like one quick thing. And I feel all right. Look, if this was me booking it, had them come back, and I would have Dean turn on both of them again to set up some type of match between maybe Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Give him one good match before he goes, supposedly.
It's funny because I was telling, Julie when we were watching, I was like, it's kind of making me a little ill how they keep making Roman say one last time, like as if they're playing off his leukemia, when in reality it's because Dean Ambrose is not re-signing his contract this April, and he's made it very, very clear, or at least clear enough that people are buying it, that he is not coming back. So, but it's also like a little perverse because they keep having Roman being the one to say one last time, and it just made me feel really uncomfortable, like they're trying to play off his health situation almost. It was weird.
So, and I mean, people are going to say whatever about it, but I just feel like they didn't have any no plans for those guys. And before I move on to the next match, I need to know, what type of water are you drinking tonight?
Oh, you could hear that.
Yes. That's how high I am.
Sorry,
No, you're good. No, you're good. No,
I am chugging Arizona's finest tap water filtered through this fantastic Brita filter that my good friend Julie has. But I'm not
too. So
so I'm not drinking any of my usual electrolyte water, but I am drinking it out of my Stone Cold Steve Austin drink shaker.
That's like that. I think you drink everything out of that. You drink everything out of that. So if
I really do.
If you can fill it up with Malort right now.
I was gonna say I could put some Malort. Julie and I have Malort. I brought Julie a bottle, and did I tell you that she liked it?
Hold on. Yeah, I was about that. I was gonna ask if she can come on this show right now.
Julie, can you come here so that people can hear you talk about Malort?
I need to know her review on Malort. What is she? Because was that the first time she had it?
Here, you know what? Let me turn off my Bluetooth, and I'm just gonna put the phone on.
All right.
Okay. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so Julie, Patrick, Julie.
Hi, Patrick.
Hello, Julie. How are you doing today or tonight?
How are you?
I am high as fuck, but I'm good. I am great. Um, so I take it this was your first time having Malort.
I was told about Malort last time Val was in town for
Mhm.
WWE.
Yeah.
What was it?
Was it SmackDown?
No.
Oh,
Probably
Royal
it's
Rumble.
mad.
Royal
Royal
Rumble.
Rumble,
Yes. So she
okay.
told me about it, and then she brought me some when she came back this time. And I was told by several people
Mhm.
how terrible it was, and that it
Uh-huh.
would, it was awful. So it was built up to be so terrible.
Mhm.
And I had seen like the Malort faces and that
Mhm.
sort of thing.
People vomiting in their own hands.
Yes. So when I actually drank it, I'm like, oh, it's not as bad as I thought.
Well, and the funny
But it was bad.
Uh,
But it wasn't as bad as I
if by
thought.
bad you mean fantastic, sure. But
Oh
so
my
I was super exhausted, so I just like crashed out on the couch and took a little nap. And then when I woke up, she was like, "By the way, I tried that terrible stuff you brought me." And I was like, "Wait, what? You drank it without me? What? Oh, are you okay?" And
So
she's
we,
like,
we drank more.
"Oh yeah." So she's like, "It's not half bad. Have you tried it with ginger ale?" So we were drinking
Yeah.
Malort and ginger ale.
So I had the ginger ale first as a chaser because a friend of mine said try that, and that actually worked well. And then we mixed it. It wasn't as good mixed as it was as a chaser.
Oh well, all
I
right.
think.
I
And
enjoyed it.
it's crazy because like I just looked up Malort, just on Google, and I just looked in the videos. The first video that comes up is different countries try Malort, the worst liquor ever. And I'm gonna have to watch it. See, my experience, I never had Malort. Of course, Val, she always talked about it. Morning, afternoon, night. Like you got to try Malort. So I ended up going
It's
to
Malort
Nisei.
o'clock.
Yes. So I ended up going to Nisei Lounge before like a big wrestling event or whatever, and she hands it to me, and all of us we have shots. And my first impression was I thought it tasted like armpit. But since then, I have tried how many? I think 3 different Malorts because every time I see Val, I have to have a shot of Malort when I go to the headquarters, the establishment. So I've had peppermint Malort, which is shit.
No, Candy Cane Malort is fucking
That's what
brilliant.
it's candy cane. But I did like the coffee Malort.
Yeah.
So I think I just had straight Malort.
Yeah, you just said.
So something that was infused, I might actually like. So
If
I
we
will
can find candy
say
canes here, I will make you Candy Cane
it
Malort.
probably was the worst liquor I've ever had, but it wasn't as bad
Are
as
you
I
sure?
thought.
Are you
But
sure?
I also like absinthe, and I've drank
Oh
that.
my
with this
god!
thing.
Oh,
Well, actually, but I gotta say, there's more bang for your buck with that. That I think the Malort was only like 34%.
Yeah, it's not.
liquor.
It's not.
Yes,
That's why everybody keeps telling me that they
Yeah.
got so fucked up on it. I'm like, how? It's
Yeah,
not that intense.
and like
That's why I
most
can
of
drink
the
it all night.
yeah, most of the
Especially when I do shorty Malorties, which is half shots of Malort, because then I could do twice as much.
yeah. So it's not that high of an alcohol
No, it's not.
content. When it just tastes kind of bitter, but when I have
Kind of. The
absinthe,
label says it's
you
going to
can
be
get
bitter.
like 50%.
Yeah.
yeah, you just gotta, we gotta get you to try the peppermint Malort.
I would like
Candy
that.
If we
cane
can
Malort.
find candy canes here in Arizona, I'll fucking make it for you
I
myself.
might have some storage for their Christmas.
And if you
stuff.
get me a little
I'll have to
mason
look.
jar, I can make you some coffee Malort
Yeah, I'm
too.
about to say go to the nearest Bashes. I'm pretty sure they have because you're in Arizona, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
all of the other grocery stores have like those Starlight peppermint
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. we can do
candies that the old
Okay.
ladies like to have in their purse. We could
Yeah.
probably use that.
Yeah,
That's
we
the
can.
same
Yeah.
thing as a
I mean,
candy cane, right?
I'm a Malortologist. I can make stuff happen.
Yes.
Okay.
Val will
I mean-
make Malort out of anything.
Like poured in different bottles.
Oh
and,
yeah, yeah.
like,
We'll get
infuse
weird,
it.
man. Let's get weird.
That's
Yeah,
right.
so that was I just wanted to hear someone else experience because like I said, the first time I tried Malort was last September, and the only time I have it is when I go see Val. Like I'm not going to the store like, hey, let me get that big
not
ass
looking
bottle
for
of
it.
Malort.
Well, that's
Yeah.
fucked up.
But
For the record, I want you to know I was talking about Malort all day today at work at the Cubs game in fucking Arizona. And then I had to flash them my shirt I was wearing, which is my Nisei Lounge shirt. And I'm also currently wearing my Nisei Lounge hoodie. So clearly I'm homesick. So I might have to drink some Malort right now while we finish the rest of
Well,
this podcast.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you know
go,
what?
but I'm gonna go get the Malort
Oh, okay.
for that.
Thank you, Julie, so much on your expertise of
Yeah,
Malort.
that is vintage Vixen, and not only is she a Malort novice / expert, because apparently you can be both. She is also a costumer to the stars, or at least Finn Balor. So
Yeah,
there you go.
man. Oh, yeah, that's right. So she does costumes, right?
Well,
Like,
yeah, she
wrestling gear or like.
oh, thank you. Wow, she brought me the whole bottle.
Oh wow. Yeah, because I was like, if she does
Uh-oh.
gear,
I don't know what's going on here with my Bluetooth.
It's like
I don't
freaking
know.
out. Oh,
there
can
you
you
go.
hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like if she
Um,
does gear, I know someone that's looking for some work.
Well, she used to own a company that created custom armbands. So
Ah.
she's the one. Yeah, she's the one that when Finn Balor was wearing armbands, she designed and created those. So yeah,
That is fucking sick. That is sick.
Yeah.
So
the best part though is that he actually reached out to her website and under the name Fergal, and she was like, "Does anybody know about wrestling?" And a guy named, Finn
Yeah.
Balor
Yeah.
or Fergal, I think is how she originally. And I was like, Fergal Devitt, Prince Devitt, Finn Balor. Yeah, and I sent like 75 pictures of him to her like immediately. But
yeah, because I'm on a I gotta find someone for Tony Deppen. He's been looking for some new.
oh yeah.
So
I could talk to Robert Ego Anthony because he has amazing custom gear, even though it's a Frank the Clown's face. I'm sorry to bring it up, but what was that noise?
I growled. That's how much I freak the clown. Jesus, and then we're gonna leave that in the podcast too. I'm not taking that out. That's real hate. That's how you know you got real heat. You got people growling at you.
Wow, that was amazing.
Yeah. So all right. So the Shield reunited. That's where we were at. Okay.
Yes.
So,
and speaking of reunited, Malort and I have reunited.
hey, go ahead. Pour
I'm
up.
gonna drink some.
Go ahead and pour up. Tamina, aka my future baby mama, maybe. I don't know. We're running out of time. 'Cause I'm old and she's old. So our clocks is ticking. No, my girl would kill me. No, Tamina with Nia Jax defeated Sasha Banks with Bayley, of course. Then we had the Revival defeating Ricochet and Aleister Black by disqualification. But they were also named, they're taking on Dash and Wilder at Fastlane for the titles. Whatever. That's all I gotta say about that. Because my point is, and I guess I didn't even think about that. We don't have the list of the matches to do predictions.
Oh, I do. I put them at the bottom.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. See, that's me being high. And
No, it's fine.
all right.
While
Now,
you were reading the first segment about Roman Reigns, I started looking it up when I mentioned it was the Go Home show. I got you, boo.
Thank you, Val. That's why you're very appreciated.
Wait, check this out. Ready? Listen.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh, Malort.
Hey, the neckbeards are gonna go crazy. Don't give them too much content. You gotta pay for it. You gotta
That's
pay
fair.
for fans only. No, but the Revival beat Aleister Black and Ricochet. And then of course we had the closing segment. Nothing pretty much needs to be said about it. I know Stephanie was out there and was going to make the match between Becky and Charlotte. And then Ronda comes up walking like a T800. No, the T1000.
Yeah, Robert Patrick, T1000. Yeah. Robert Patrick, lead villain in the movie The Marine.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Poor Julie had to sit through that movie with me, and her wonderful son Michelangelo we were just watching it. It was terrible. But anyway.
Holy moly. Yeah, so she comes walking up and demanded her title back, and of course they give it to her. And then we go into a complete massacre. Go ahead. Yeah.
Two things. One, I can't believe that she goes, I just put it down for a week.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Ugh, what?
Yeah,
That doesn't happen. Wrestling
Yeah.
is stupid.
Yeah,
Wrestling sucks.
yeah.
If
Yes.
that's what happens, wrestling is stupid. If you're like, oh, you know what? I'm laying my title down and I'm storming away looking like I'm about to cry because I'm so angry, but I didn't mean to relinquish it. I was just giving it to you for a week to think about what I had to say.
Yeah, and then the
So stupid.
the what was it? Damn the man.
Damn the man, screw the woo, and no more Mrs. Nice Bitch. That's what she said, and that's what she turned into T-shirts that are for sale now. So my friend Michelangelo here is,
Whoa.
hello,
Yeah.
Michelangelo. Would you prefer the damn the man, screw the woo, or no more Mrs. Nice Bitch? He's got to think real hard about this one.
I don't really like any of them.
He said, I don't know. I don't really like any of them.
Which one is Takashi 69? Who's that one?
Oh, that's Asuka.
Oh yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, Asuka's cool. He said that Asuka, he's like, is that Takashi 69? Is he out of prison?
Yeah. Holy
When
moly.
Asuka snuck up. But we'll talk about that soon as we get to SmackDown. But my favorite thing in this whole mess is that our notes, everything is really detailed and wonderful. And then one line at the very bottom in bold font so that my stupid ass can read it. Ronda kills Becky Lynch is all that you wrote, Patrick.
Yeah, there was really nothing else to be said. I mean, you saw it,
Yeah.
and look, it looked like 80%, 85% real, and yeah, it looked bad. But you know what's crazy? Like, she beat the shit out of Becky Lynch so bad. I almost can't get behind this damn Becky Lynch character no more. Cause
Dude, I'm saying
it makes me feel like we all knew that at any point Ronda Rousey can just literally kill any of these women in WWE because she's like trained for that, and she's been doing that all
Right.
her life.
Well,
Now,
and
yeah,
I mean, it really discredits Becky's the man character, but also I feel really good because again, my friend Michelangelo here, we were watching it and we both agree. Like, he was like, "Why is she the man? What is wrong with being the woman?" And I was like, "Yeah, exactly." And now she's so tough and so hardcore, but then she got her ass beat by Ronda Rousey. So I mean, who knows?
yeah, too. Like, it wasn't just like she stepped on her face,
Yeah, she stepped on her face.
and then she
Nice.
went back in the ring and beat the shit out of her. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
how about that part where like Ronda gets onto the ring, onto the turf? Oh, you guys are both going to the gym? Damn, I'm jealous. I'm going to talk wrestling. I did go to you're right, but I want to go with you guys. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're
We
good.
can wait.
Okay. Julie's going to the gym drunk. Whatever. It's cool. Malort o'clock it is. So Ronda climbs onto the turnbuckle to point at the sign. And I swear you could hear the producers being like, raise the belt, lift up the belt, lift up the belt, like yelling at her. And then we watched the Hulu version when we watched it together. And that part was cut out.
Oh yeah,
And I was just like,
yeah, she still needs some direction or some shit. But apparently, she doesn't give a fuck anymore. So,
oh yeah, like 3 hours ago, she dropped some videos of her being like, screw the WWE. She said, fuck the WWE universe.
yeah,
Which, I mean, I'm all for saying, fuck you, idiots. This shit is fake. That's cool. That's fine. Huh?
I like the lore.
The what?
The lore.
Oh, the lore. You like the lore. He likes the stories and the epic battles of legends that have been created, which is what most people like about wrestling, because we all know that it's like.
He made Fergal's armbands too.
Oh yeah, Michelangelo also made armbands for Fergal.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what a lot of people like. I like the athleticism plus the show personship. I'm like into that. Like, it's like athletic theater, But I don't give a shit about the storylines. Like, I get so many people that are like, that doesn't make sense. It's not consistent with the storyline. I'm like, I don't care. I got to watch people beat each other up and there was fireworks. I'm into it.
Yeah, because the storylines are stupid.
Because the storylines are stupid. Yeah. Exactly. Who believes a 7-foot-tall dead man can shoot lightning from his fingers as soon as, like, a giant dong happens? Undertaker's giant dong.
Giant dong. Hey, we got kids listening to this show.
The Undertaker, they have like the dong. What?
Oh.
I'm not talking about that kind of dong.
Holy moly.
He has a 7-foot dong.
But like, and like that a dude had a green tongue and ate the turnbuckle and was actually an animal that could only be satiated by Miss Elizabeth, you know?
Oh, I thought that was King Kong Bundy according to Enzo.
No, God, that fucking idiot.
Yeah.
What an idiot. Real won my ass.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I don't know. I mean, I like it because like Ronda Rousey obviously turned heel on Monday, and her being like, fuck you to the universe, you know, that's what better way to turn heel than tell the people that buy your merchandise, fuck you. And now everybody's talking about her, so I think it's worked.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is, you know. Well, I guess we got to move over to SmackDown because that was the end of. Oh, I forgot one thing. I didn't even write it. The whole Batista not showing up to.
Oh yeah. He said that he might show up to Pittsburgh, but that he didn't want to show up to Philly.
Yeah. And Triple H's promo. Now look, it was very heartfelt, and he definitely like fired up. Some of these fans, bro, like they don't know when to like let something go as it's going, let the segment breathe or whatever, especially when he was talking about like you know, the real Ric Flair, Richard Flair, and he was talking about like how, you know, he was there, you know, for everything, and then he ends it with, you know, and I was there when Reed passed away, and some random neckbeard yells, "What?" And it's like I can't laugh because it's fucked up, but it's like, man,
it's so fucked up.
I just feel like, you know, the fans, like, especially when you know that's something that really happened. It wasn't a storyline, whatever. But yeah, it's all, you know, it's always that one neckbeard that gotta, you know, say what. So thank you, Stone Cold. Thank you.
Stone Cold for
actually thank Christian for that, because that was Christian's idea that he told Stone Cold. I forgot what happened. Like, they used to ride together, and Christian used to kind of do that what stuff to him, and it was pissing Stone Cold off. And he's like, "Why don't you just do that?" And the rest is history. So I know Christian is who should be in the Hall of Fame. Who should? I know he's probably kicking himself in the head, like, damn, why did
I was gonna say, where's his fucking Hall of Fame nod?
You know, you know what? I feel like he might get it this year. I'm gonna be positive. I think he's gonna be the next person they put in or they talk about. Or wait a minute. It gotta be someone black. You need one black. They already got the female, right? So the female's in. One legend. They need to put in one dead person. A warrior. I don't know if they even doing that this year. One of those, and a celebrity. So yeah. I guess I want to say Christian's gonna get in another person. He's gonna be like one of the, because I feel like this has to be like a not superstar strutted, like Hall of Fame. Yeah, studded, yes, strutted. Star-studded Hall of Fame. You know, because pretty much it's all going to be about DX,
right?
You know, so they can't go too crazy. So I feel like Christian's not like, he's not like an A wrestler. He's definitely a B one, but he's not like a big, you know what I'm saying? So,
well, I feel like he is an A like wrestler regarding tag teams, but going in as a solo act, you're probably right. You know what I mean? Like Edge and Christian, with the fact that they're not a package together for the Hall of Fame, that, I mean, I get why not, but I'm also like, I don't know. I always, maybe because of the show that totally reeks of awesomeness, I just think of them as like together, forever.
Yeah, that is true. But I will say one thing before we move on. Christian, and a lot of people, I don't think they remember it, but his TNA run was incredible when he was
Yeah.
Christian Cage. And I know the only reason he got the push that he got was because he was like one of the I think he was the first big face to jump from WWE. Then Kurt Angle came.
Yeah,
But
Kurt Angle came later, I believe.
yeah, so like Christian was over there. I think he's like a 3-time TNA world champ. Like he was in all the top storylines, and then went back to WWE like it was nothing. Like he literally was done with TNA, and then it's like whoop, back over there. But his run in TNA pretty much is it's amazing. And if you haven't seen it, I think you should look on YouTube and check some shit out over there. So we go to SmackDown. And we had a dark match. It was Heavy Machinery taking on Sanity, which I just want to say a prayer for those guys, Eric Young and Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane. I send my deepest condolences, sympathies to you, because you guys have been pleading on Twitter that you just want to be on TV, and
I just chugged a shitload of Malort in their honor. Oh, that was a lot.
Man, I already know. Oh Lord. So that sucks.
Thank you, Stone Cold, for your delicious water.
So now we get into the real show, and Daniel Bryan comes. He cut the promo, and I feel like he cut a different. Like, there's another promo he did backstage that was phenomenal. Like, this is probably the best promo I probably heard this whole year from anybody in WWE, about the difference between his opponent at Fastlane. He was talking about Kevin Owens. But he comes out, to the ring and cuts his promo about, pretty much Kevin Owens being fat and, lazy.
I was like, Daniel Bryan, like, you cannot fat shame somebody. Like, that is not cool. I mean,
yeah, it wasn't cool, but it was funny when he said that's why he needed both his knees replaced, because he was fat. And I'm like,
yeah, I know. I was like, dude, but I mean, again, he's the new. And they brought back his entrance music, and they gave him the new weird recycling. Did he have that last week? I mean,
I think he had it last week, but last week was like the first week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I was just. Yeah, he's Captain Planet now, basically. He's the planet's champion.
Yeah.
Is what he's saying.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So,
my favorite, though, is that Eric Rowan comes out in a fucking behemoth shirt. Like,
yes.
Oh, man. Good job.
He's been, rocking his shirts, getting them off. As we would say in the urban community, get our fits off. Getting a fit off.
I want to know if he even remotely explains to people, like, he's just wearing like fucking metal t-shirts. Like, do they know, or are they just like, oh yeah, you're a behemoth because you're a giant, let's call you Redwood? I mean, like, do they even know what behemoth is? I couldn't even read what the fuck Swedish metal death bullshit he had on last week.
Yeah, I forgot what it was. One of my white friends told me, like, he was all stoked about it. Oh, like, kind of like how you are with this. Oh man, you see that shirt Rowan was wearing? I'm like, oh, that black shirt with white writing on it. Like, yeah. I'm like, dude, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, dude, Behemoth is excellent. They're just like a fucking Polish, like, super intense metal, like, awesome. I mean, I don't know. Whenever I see that they're playing, if I can, I go. Or if Tall Dad and I have like a day off together and we're going to like see bands play live, that's like, he wants to smoke the reefer and go see shit like that. I'm like, okay, I'm down. I support.
Yeah. So, let me see. Yeah. So we already talked about that. See, I had I wouldn't call it a brain fart. Had a weed moment.
Were you picturing smoking reefer with my dad and then going to watch metal with Eric Rowan, who is only called Rowan now?
That's I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about smoking weed. I was because you brought it up. I'm like, man, that might
You
be
know,
cool.
that's what's up. But yeah, so now Rowan is referred to as Redwood by Kevin Owens. That was amazing. And he's like basically tries to take on Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. And instead he ended up catching a claw slam. It was pretty awesome, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wonder what they're gonna call that, like, because there's no name for it. So
I mean, they just straight up call it a claw slam. Like that's legit what the commentator said. And I think that's appropriate name because essentially he's like grabbing the person's face and choke slamming and kind of choke slamming them at the same time. So it kind of makes sense. I think that would, if that's what it's called, first off, I want to master that. Second off, I support the name.
Yeah, I'm with it. But I wonder, will we get Brody Lee at Fastlane? We'll talk about it later.
All right, we'll get there soon.
Yeah,
we'll get there soon.
The Miz beating Jey Uso. It was an okay match. I liked it. It was cool.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Although I will say that my friend Julie, who is now working out at the gym drunk, she could not stop laughing when he came out.
Oh man.
Because of just Miz's everything that he is with that outfit and those glasses and the bandana that ties behind his head with his own eyes on his forehead. She just couldn't stop, dude. It was awesome. I wish she was still here so she could laugh as hard as she did when she was putting it on.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's crazy is I had a friend hit me up and he was like, man, just about just like, because it's like wrestling and shit. He's like, yeah, man, I remember watching The Real World and there was a guy on there and I think he's in the WWE now. I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm like The Miz. He's like, oh shit, he's really a wrestler. I'm like, yeah, and he's like, what do you like? And I'm like, you're probably gonna hate this, Val, but I was like, he's pretty much any white dude in Wrigleyville. Like,
no, those people pay my rent. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I'm like, think like Wrigleyville, like 1 a.m.
That's the most bro that was ever broed, bruh.
Yeah, and he was just like, oh, okay, I hope that works out for him. so that was a cool, neat story. But
nice.
The real story was R-Truth and Carmella coming out. And I really thought they was about to give my boy Ron the Truth Killings a push. I thought we was gonna get the match at WrestleMania. I thought, man, come like there got to be a reason for him talking about how he idolizes John Cena and John Cena.
Yeah, well, John Cena doesn't have a match yet.
Right. Yeah. So I kind of thought, and I think that would have been a good match. Two entertaining guys. John Cena is not like going after no belt or anything, or something crazy. So I think it would have been cool, but we didn't have that because we had a fatal 4-way match because he entered another open challenge. Samoa Joe comes out. Oh no! First, the Miss Plantation herself, Lacey, came out. And I think R-Truth called her R-Truth called her Miss Sexy Gloves or something
I thought she said sexy gloves, but it also sounded like Santa Claus.
No,
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Mrs. Sexy Gloves.
Yeah, I think he said sexy gloves because people were like, did she say Mrs. Sexy Claus? And I was like, no, sexy gloves. Like, which, by the way, I feel like that needs to be my name now. I think that's just what I needed. I need to start.
Some gloves.
Yeah. Well, I used to do kickboxing, so maybe I could just start like boxing and get some sexy gloves. What do you say?
That's what's up. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to really make you some armbands. Say that.
Hold up. You know what? We can't have me start a boxing career at age 40 with all these concussions. I mean,
look, Val, first of all, you gotta stop saying your age on the show. Stop doing that. All right.
Okay, 24 it is. No, if I could be at age forever, I'd be 34 because Walter Payton. But
see, I know I said
I
this once before, but that was the most Chicago-ish shit I've heard.
Let me drink some more Malort in honor of sweetness.
Yeah. So
Here we go. A little bit. Got to pour one out for my homie.
we're gonna pour it up. So we had this open challenge, and Samoa Joe wins the United States title, his first like major title, like on the
Yeah,
big
in
brand.
WWE main roster.
Yeah. And yeah, that's cool as fuck because I know
Yeah, that's what's up.
to be a way better heel than Nakamura was with that belt. I forgot Nakamura was even in the fucking company still, which sucks. Which brings me to the next match, Aleister Black and Ricochet defeating the Bar. And I believe Rusev and Nakamura came out to help the Bar. And the Blast from the Past, the Hardy Boys, they show up in their 1998 gear.
Yeah, tie-dye, bro.
Yeah, and you know, fucking help Aleister Black and Ricochet. Number one, look, I don't want Aleister Black and Ricochet to be a team. They're too good to be a tag team. Like they're
Agreed.
too good. Like don't either of those two can be in the heavyweight championship like picture.
So here's my thinking. The reason why they pushed them together, why they smushed them together, is they've probably known about Ciampa's injury for a long time and didn't know if it was spinal stenosis, like you're retiring, or spinal stenosis, you keep rehabbing and prehabbing and continue working with the doctor, like Sheamus obviously is doing, because he was diagnosed with it a while ago, and you could continue to wrestle, you know, to a certain extent. I think that they probably knew how gnarly that injury could have been. So they were like, well, let's just put these two together. Nobody knows who they are anyway. We'll put them together as a tag team just in case the DIY thing doesn't work out. But also this way, now that Ciampa and Gargano were introduced to the main roster, when Ciampa returns, it'll be a huge deal.
I could see that.
You know what I mean? Like, because Ciampa and Gargano with DIY, just in general, like the dance that they've been doing for the past couple of years as a tag team, as adversaries, and now, you know, rejoining hashtag DIY again, getting them back together right before Ciampa has had this surgery. Like, I think that it's like to parade him around like they're doing with Sexy Gloves Evans. And sorry, I can't control myself. That's too funny.
It's the Malort.
No, it's the hilarious R-Truth, but also Malort. So I think that that's why they put them together as a tag team. Like, they probably knew how serious it was, but they just wanted to intro the Gargano and Ciampa to the main roster set and not just, you know, Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I don't know. But my thing is, and speaking of this match and speaking of Nakamura and stuff like that, well, not Nakamura, but his partner, Rusev.
Haircut.
Yeah, another haircut. I think he's in the doghouse again. Someone tweeted him and said, "Hey, you know, I'm glad to see you back on TV, Rusev." Like a genuine fan. Like, "Hey, I'm so happy to see you like back on SmackDown." And he replied with, "Yeah, I am happy too, but that might be the last time." So, you know, anything could be a work nowadays, you know. But I don't know with Rusev, and like I said, just listening to all the stuff that's been going on with him and Lana, going on these different podcasts, kind of like airing out their grievances, and you know, just I wouldn't say talking shit, but literally just talking shit. Like, hey, like WWE, they'll say this to me, and then they don't do it. You know, kind of being a disgruntled employee. I wonder if he's going to ask for a release soon or anything like that. But like I said, just it sucks. It sucks, man. Like, because Rusev is really, really, really good and stuff like that. But I know, like, I think Rusev would be fine. Lana has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like, the stories I've heard, but like I said, I'm not there. I don't know what the fuck, But I think Rusev would be fine if he, does leave. Like there's him and Lana will kill it on the indies.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like Rusev Day, or I think is Rusev like his real last name? I'm gonna have to check that out, or is that like a WWE trademark and he can't use that? But I don't know. Then we go into the quickest match of the night. I know I say this every week, but I really did have to pee during this match.
Oh no!
And I took a piss and I came
Bring
back.
it with you. Why can't you bring it with you? Don't you have like internet on your phone? Like I
do.
bring it with me.
I do, but I gotta log into like the cable app so I can have it, and look, what I'm saying is I went to go urinate, and I came back, and it was like it was over, like the match was over. I think the match
It was a squash match, and it was upsetting, and I had to rewatch it. I was telling Julie about Mandy Rose being the cousin of one of my coworkers and how awesome it is that she worked so hard, because when she first came out, everybody just looked at her like tits and ass, but now they're looking at her like, wow, she's a mega babe, but she can also she's starting to really get great, I think, at wrestling. And I was like, oh, Sonya Deville, I love her so much. And then boom, it was over. And I'm like, wait, let's rewatch that. I'm telling her all about, and she was asking me about Naomi, and I'm telling her, because she has one of the Usos day one-ish shirts that Fergal Devitt gave to her. Like, he gave us a bunch of t-shirts when we went to go see WWE here in Phoenix. And one of the shirts that was in the pack was like a long sleeve hooded day one-ish shirt. And I was like, that's all you. The ex-boyfriend really likes the Oos. I don't want to wear that shirt because I bought it for him. So I was like, you can have that. Yeah, absolutely. Screw that dude.
Yeah, I'm about to, yeah. That's another time I'll growl. Oh, shit.
But so
yeah.
she was like, oh, that's the Oose's wife. And so we watched it again. And even still, I was like, how is this already over? Like, I get that they want to make Mandy look like a serious competitor, but like, don't bury Naomi. She was one of your like most popular SmackDown women's champs. I mean, I don't know.
And I get what they're trying to do with Mandy Rose, even though I think it should be going to Sonya Deville.
Agreed.
I get it, but yeah, you don't gotta fucking pin fucking Naomi in like 2 minutes, especially when you haven't had a long one-on-one match to like do. I mean, didn't they have her pin Asuka as well?
Yeah. So they're obviously very keen on her. Never mind, she has her own filter on the lens of the camera that films her. But I mean, they see a lot of potential in her, and quite frankly, so do I. I mean, she is athletic as fuck. She's started her career, I believe, as a fitness model, but that doesn't mean she's not a fucking badass. Like, she works really hard to be as fit as she is. And from the work I see that she's putting in, same as Sonya Deville, like they both put a lot of work in, which is why they were my pick to click for the women's tag belts. Hopefully they'll get there soon. Yeah. And maybe that's why they're building Mandy Rose up, because people don't think that she has the credibility that they kind of already see in Sonya. So who knows? I mean, who knows? Fucking, it's the WWE, dude. Who knows? Yeah. But the cool thing about this match is that's what Michelangelo was talking about. He's like, oh, 6ix9ine is out of jail, because Asuka came out with a mask on and the neon hair, and he was like, what?
Yeah, like it's it's crazy. Like I said, I appreciate what they're doing with Mandy Rose, but come on, man. Us fans, we're not dumb. Like we're not, come on. Stop playing.
Right.
Yeah, but then we had Kevin Owens. Yeah, Kevin Owens he event fought the one guy with the red beard, Rowan. Yep. Goddamn. Yeah, and defeated. No. A lot of shit happened because Mustafa Ali returned. That's right. I almost forgot. Oh man, see, holy moly. Yeah, so because Daniel Bryan got involved in the match, whatever. Here comes Mustafa Ali. He comes out and helps out, and then Daniel Bryan eats a stunner again, I think, and then he pinned Rowan, and that was the end of that. But I like Kevin Owens using the stunner, number one.
Yeah, same.
Number two, I want to see what's going to happen with all these guys that they're, we got Mustafa Ali, who's old. We have Kofi, who's old. Kevin Owens is now, the number one contender guy, and then you got Daniel Bryan. Like, I just want to say a good match. You know what? I'm gonna save it for the whatchamacallit, the whatchamacallit, the recap. Or not the recap, the
predictions.
Yeah, see, kids, do not smoke Hawaiian platinum weed, okay? 'Cause you forget shit. And I completely forgot. I just, as they would say, botched. So, holy
We'll
moly.
allow it. We'll allow it.
Yeah, well out. So yeah, Kevin Owens won by DQ or whatever. That's what he did. Yeah, he won by DQ. So then the end of the segment, we ended with Charlotte Flair, not Rick,
Woo!
and Becky Lynch, going back and forth. And it ended with Charlotte beating the shit out of Becky as well. But this time, Becky was able to kind of counter and hit her with the crutch for a little bit and then put her into this armor.
Mm-hmm.
And once again goes back to Ronda Rousey. It's like, damn, you couldn't do that to Ronda. Like, you couldn't try to fight back. Like, there was no fighting back. Like, two completely different. And I get it. It's kind of, let's save face with Becky a little bit. Gotta get some offense before the show. But man, I can't get behind the man character no more. She got her ass whooped that bad. I'm like, I can't. It's not believable. All the shit talking that she does on Twitter and all that stuff. I can't
The
get
bogus ass mugshots. Are you kidding me? That was taken backstage by catering.
Yeah,
like, come on.
They were glamorous. Becky Lynch looked.
Yeah, they were glam shots, not mug shots.
Yeah, she looked amazing in those pictures. But like, come on, I just can't get behind the character no more. At the Ronda Rousey kind of, for me, killed it. Like. It's kind of the same way I feel about Brock. Like, Brock, when he goes in there and beat the shit out of people, whoever's feuding up against him, I can't get behind him. And that's even including the one of my favorite wrestlers, the Big Dog. I just can't get behind it. It's like, but it is what it is. But yeah, so that ended SmackDown, and I'll run through 205 Live super quick.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it because I'm technically working out here.
Yeah.
So
well, Orny Lorcan, he defeated Humberto.
Oni Lorcan and Humberto Carrillo.
Which was, like I said, this match was really good. Like, it was really dope. I liked it. I saw like 90% of it. It was really good. I did not catch this next segment though. It was Mike and Maria Kanellis backstage. They were complaining about not being in the tournament, which, I get it. I guess, what? I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to spin this character to make it seem like he's disgruntled because he's been gone and all these, the reports came out. So now they're complaining. I get it. Good job, WWE. Good job. Oh, you know what? I just remembered there was one more news story I want to talk about.
What's that?
The Arn Anderson.
Oh yeah, and about why he got fired, and about Foxy Lady supposedly showing up intoxicated to a WWE live show, and he let her wrestle anyway.
Right now, fuck 205 Live right now. We talk about that. Yeah, like, dude, what the fuck?
So supposedly Arn Anderson, like, fucking double A, like the actual double A, not Austin Aries, not the belt collector, like, got let go because there have been a lot of issues, quote unquote, for him backstage at WWE, and Vince McMahon was already not happy with him, but Alicia Fox showed up intoxicated. We don't know if she was drunk or if she was on pills. She was just under the influence, and they had tried to get her to rehab, I guess, a couple times now. I guess she's been having some issues, and she showed up 2 hours late to an event once and all this and that. So she's already kind of had like a black cloud hovering over her, looking like it's ready to rain, and Arn Anderson allowed her to wrestle. When Vince found out, he flipped out and fired him, even though he's one of the fucking Four Horsemen, one of the most legendary wrestlers in the history of professional wrestling. Like, he's in the Hall of Fame as the Four Horsemen. I mean, he's been a producer since he retired.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's been there for a while.
He debuted on my 3rd birthday. True story. January 2nd, 1982 was his debut in wrestling.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what's crazy is I always get him mixed up with not anymore, but like when I was younger, I used to always get him mixed up with Oli because I was kind of a WCW
Really?
guy. Yeah, you know, and that was the
Oh.
whole thing, like, you know,
Well,
his
he's like Oli's kayfabe nephew or whatever. You know what I mean?
right,
Like,
yeah.
supposedly that's his nephew.
And plus, Iron Anderson, he always looked at fucking old. Like he always
Yeah, I can
old.
see
Like
that.
he always looked like the fucking like school bus driver guy in the 80s.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So yeah, so which is why I always liked Iron Anderson when he was a wrestler, because he looked like a normal fucking just, you know, dad.
Yeah.
Kind of out there just beating the shit out of people and shit, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and like him, Tully Blanchard and Ric Flair and Oli like making up the fucking I mean, God, wow. That's the Four Horsemen is like legendary. I
Yeah.
mean, absolutely. But yeah, so that was
Top two stables of all
top
time.
two stables of all time.
Yeah.
Couldn't disagree at all. But yeah, so that was a huge, huge shock. When I first heard that, I was like, what the fuck happened? I was like, who pissed in Vince's Wheaties was all I could think. And then I was like, oh, apparently Alicia Fox did because she was drunk and thought it was a toilet. So, which sucks because I really like Alicia Fox and she's been around forever.
Yeah, she's like the female JTG.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
she's been there for a very long time, and there's been times where especially when she wasn't really doing anything at some points, it's like, damn, man, what, like all these releases coming out and she's still there. Like, kudos to her. But if she has a problem, you know, hopefully she'll get help for that. From what I heard also is like, you know, Iron Anderson's like, out of all the WWE agents that were backstage, he was like the most old school. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of the stories I've heard about him, like he like doesn't bullshit when it comes to like stories, and like, you know, he'll tell like, hey, this is what you're doing tonight, and they'll tell him like, oh, this sucks. He'll be the person like, yeah, I know it sucks, but you know, we gotta do it. He's not the agent that's like, oh no, you know, try to make something like bad out of like good and kind of
Yeah, he's not trying to put like glitter on a shit sandwich.
right. Yeah, like
He's just like, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna eat the shit sandwich and be glad that you're on the goddamn roster.
Yeah, so
Which,
Double A was like that. So
Alicia Fox, according to her Wikipedia page, she is actually the longest tenured female performer. I thought Natty was, but I guess Alicia is.
oh no, Alicia's been there since like shit. I gotta say 05? 06?
Close. 06. 2006. She's been with the company since 2006, but she's been on the main roster since 2008.
Yeah,
so
like,
yeah.
man, oh man, and she survived some shit. She was in the ECW shit for a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man. Oh
yeah, she managed what the fuck DJ Gabriel? Does that sound right?
Justin Gabriel.
Yes. Yeah.
You thinking of PJ Black? Well, you know, same person, but
That's essentially.
yeah, same person, but yeah.
She won the Divas Championship. She held it for like 2-3 months, like nothing. But she was, if I'm not mistaken, she was the only African American Divas champ, right?
Yes,
I think so.
Era. Yeah, in that
at least
era,
for Divas, like for the fucking
Diva
butterfly
era,
belt.
Yeah, the butterfly. She's definitely
You know what?
the one.
I hate that butterfly belt. Can I just point that out? But also, I feel good that the dudes also had a really stupid, douchey, like mid-aughts or early aughts belt, because you guys had that fucking spinning title that was stupider than stupid could be stupid.
Cena? Yeah, the Cena belt. Oh man,
Jesus fuck! It was so stupid. Like, get the fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, that was. I was so pissed when they got rid of. I think it was a Universal. No, not the Universal. No, it wasn't Universal. It was the Undisputed Championship.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Belt. Yeah. So before I forget, 205 Live. Mike
Watch it.
They they get a local opponent who is Carino.
Yeah, Colby Carino.
Yeah. Fucking Steve Carino. Son, I believe. So yeah, see, I'm just trying to get my shit right. I don't want people to be like, who the fuck is Steve Carell? Like,
No, he absolutely is. And he's like super young too. He's like 21, 22 years old, something like that.
yeah.
But he's with like Evolve and Ring of Honor, and yeah, he's part of the Ugly Ducklings stable.
Mm. Oh, so that's man, shit. So this is dope for him to be on
Yeah.
25 Live. And I know
Yeah,
his dad
fuck yeah.
trainer down at NXT, but yeah, that's fucking dope. But he didn't get any offense in because Canellis beat
No.
the shit out of him before the bell start, hit his finisher on him, and it went to a no contest. So
Yeah.
then we had a promo backstage with Tony Nese saying that he's not the same man he used to be. So I guess a repackage is coming, which I thought the gimmick that he has right now, I believe, is perfect for him because he wears that douchey ass vest that only shows his abs.
Oh yeah. What a dumbass.
And he's really fucking good in the ring. Like he's
He
really,
is.
and,
But I get why they make him into being a douche, but God, he's such a douche. Like, but he's
Yeah.
such a good wrestler, and like I just want to see really good things happen to him. And also he is like the largest 205 I've ever seen. Like he's probably under 200 pounds, honestly, because he's lean as fuck. But
yeah. But he's like the big, like when it comes to like size wise, like
yeah,
looking at
he's
like,
buff as shit.
yeah, he's buff. He's definitely. You know what? If they bring him back as like Buff Bagwell's nephew, and they give him the tights with the brick wall on the side of it, and have him wear that hat,
Absolutely.
I would. You know what? I'll be for it. I was about to say, what is it, Buff Bagwell? Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So we get Cedric. I was about to say Cedric the Entertainer.
Whoa.
Cedric Alexander gives the most token black guy promo that you could ever hear about Tozawa. They had a match which Alexander won, and they kind of like embraced and stuff after the show. It was a very good match. I did see that. And that was it for 205 Live. Like that was pretty much it. So we got oh shit, NXT. You know what? Val, go ahead and take it away.
All right, so NXT was like one of the jumbo size episodes. It was like the 75-minute episodes. Do you know what I'm talking about? When they have so much awesome, they have to roll past an hour, which, I mean, some of it was we've already heard in spoiler alerts, but a lot of the emphasis was focused on the Dusty Rhodes Classic. So started out with the main roster's newest additions, Ricochet and Aleister Black, tag team forever, taking on Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner. If you can, try to watch this match. Like, it was one of the ones that I actually had a chance to watch, and I was like, oh God, they're so good by themselves, but this is so much awesome as a tag team. Like, I don't want them to be a tag team whatsoever, but this match kind of made me go, okay, I could see it.
Yeah.
Also, when they're a tag, there's a lot of tattoos in one corner. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they ended up defeating Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner to advance in the Dusty Rhodes Classic. Dominic, why'd you give him this stupid last name, Makovic, interrupts a training session at the PC, insisting that he and Keith Lee, who just happened to be there training, finish their issues right now because their last match got ended in a count out. Basically, he gets pushed back by some of the dudes at the Performance Center, and then a match gets announced for 2 weeks later. So in 2 weeks, we'll get the Dominic Dijakovic and Keith Lee Part 2, which honestly I'm not complaining about, because anytime I can watch the two of them wrestle, especially each other, I'm into it.
Yeah.
So Forgotten Sons, somehow, this really pissed me off, I'm not gonna lie, beat Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch, which I don't want anybody on NXT to beat them at this point, except for maybe Red Dragon, aka Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. I don't want anybody to beat Oni and Danny. But I know that they were like really playing off this like back injury from, I believe, Oni Lorcan. So unfortunate, but true. Forgotten Sons defeated Oni and Danny.
I'm glad they won.
Yeah, I know, me too. But like, like, good for them. Like, people are gonna maybe remember the Suns, but like, no, Oni and Danny are awesome. Anyway, I just fucking love them. Like, I feel like that they would definitely, out of the entire NXT roster, they would drink Malort like how I drink Malort. Not like for shits and giggles, but just like, this is how we roll. Yeah, absolutely. They definitely like Malort, so I'm pissed that they lost. But anyway, so next thing you know, Velveteen comes out, Velveteen Dream, that's apparently how you say Velveteen, walks out to cut a promo and just like decides, I'm going to stand on the announce table, which is great because he's him being him. But then out comes the bro of all bros and interrupts Velveteen Dream. Riddle, of course, like goes to congratulate the Dream on his title victory because he's now our champ, right? Or, you know, he's the North American champ. And he wants to take a closer look at the shiny new toy that Dream has. And he just like starts talking about how he can't, you know, he wonders what it would look like around his waist and what it's going to be like when he's the champ. And Velveteen Dream reminds the champ that he isn't his bro and the spotlight is on him. Mm-hmm. And then Dream like snaps his fingers and boom, spotlight. Sexy time. In fact, I would call it sexcellent.
Sexcellent. You know, that sounds like a very cheap cologne.
Then you buy it like Ross Dress for Less.
So, you know, you get that from like the bathroom.
TJ Maxx. Yeah. Oh, you mean the bathroom at like a truck stop? Cool, yeah. I'm into it. Yeah. I'll pick you up some Sexcellent the next time I go to Disneyland. Because on the way there, I'll hit up truck stops. Up next, we had another qualifier for the Dusty Classic, and Mustache Mountain defeated the Street Profits, which I was really torn because I fucking really enjoy Mustache Mountain, but goddamn if I don't want the Street Profits to do well.
Yeah, you know, but you know what? I think there's bigger and better things for Montez Ford and Angelo
Dawkins.
Yeah, Dawkins. You know.
Angelo, I forgot his name.
Yeah. Look, at least I remember his first name.
Yeah,
and you know what's crazy? The only thing it is, I just feel like, you know, out of the two, I think Montez is a little bit better. And, you know, I think he's a little more, you know, entertaining in the ring. You know, he has crazy hops.
He does. He has far more athleticism. And I think Dawkins is not as comfortable as Ford is in the ring. You can tell that Montez was fucking born to do this. Yeah. I think Angelo has a lot of talent, but a little bit of hesitation.
Yeah. And my thing is like, he reminds me of D'Lo Brown.
For sure.
I don't know what Chicagoan. It is, but he just reminds me of D'Lo Brown.
Which is funny because Montez is actually a Chicagoan.
Oh man, I know I liked them for some strange reason.
So they lost. They are not advancing, which again, you know, like Patrick says, I believe what you're saying is correct. Bigger and better things for them. I still want to get one of their sippy cups off the store. I'm just saying. And then up next, I also kind of was stoked, but irritated, but stoked. And same vein, there's more things in store for the Undisputed Era. So it's not surprising that they lost to DIY in a qualifier for the Dusty Classic. So DIY is going to continue on in the Dusty Rhodes Classic. Mm-hmm. And then War Raiders came out to like the entrance ramp and basically just stared down at DIY. So it's just like, like very foreboding looks thrown in the way of DIY. So we'll see. We'll see what's in store. But it was a really good, long-ass episode. But it didn't feel long because everything was really good. So.
Yeah.
And then, oh, shoot, we're running out of time here. Okay, so NXT UK real quick. Ligero beat Joseph Connors. Toni Storm cut a promo about the NXT UK women's division. Basically just saying that she's, you know, the division is strong and she's on top of that. So she's on top of the world. Mm-hmm. But then you see Ginny Couture, known as Ginny, walking into the arena. Wild Boar and Primate appeared in like a hype package. They're trying to push them together. Gallus cut a promo about being disrespected. Blah, blah, blah. They're going to take out Walter. Good luck on that. Fabian Eichner and yeah, right. Nobody's taking out Walter except for Walter. Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bertel beat Sam Stoker and Lewis Howley. Nina Samuels beat Charlie Morgan. Pete Dunne cut a nice promo about being able to work with Walter to take on Gallus, which is interesting because I didn't know that Pete Dunne could work with anyone really, which is cool. Jordan Devlin beat Travis Banks, so that feud is continuing a bit more. Definitely keep an eye on it. I didn't get to watch this whole episode, but I know that that's the Kiwi Buzzsaw and Jordan Devlin. That's just a really good match. So there's your NXT UK in a very teeny little nutshell. So let's talk about the Fastlane card that's coming up.
All right.
So I'm gonna read them off. Then you give me your prediction, and I will tell you mine.
All right.
I predict that this does not deserve to be on the kickoff show, but one of the matches that we know of, maybe the only one, maybe one more, is Rey Mysterio versus Charlotte Flair's boyfriend, supposedly.
Yeah.
Andrade Cien Almas. Who do you think is going to take this one?
Almas. I think Andrade will win, which is probably going to set up for a bigger match at WrestleMania. I want to say hair versus mask.
Ooh, that's a good one. I wasn't thinking about that stipulation in particular, but I also think that to set up something for Mania.
Yeah.
So, all right. So up next we have the last time ever man for the Shield versus yeah. Okay, sure. Versus Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley. What do we think is going to happen here?
Come on. No, you know what? Nope. I say McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Lashley win.
Just because it's going to make us so angry, so let's let that be. Yes.
I feel like somebody's going to turn.
You think they're going to turn this early on the Shield?
Yes. And the only reason I think so is because like they've already tried and it didn't work out. What other three people are they going to fight at WrestleMania? That's like worthy. Like Roman is like a big time name now. Like, you know, like Seth Rollins, big time name. Dean Ambrose, big time name.
Well, and don't forget the Shield's not going to face anybody at WrestleMania because Seth already has a date with Brock Lesnar.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So what, you're going to put Roman Reigns and Dean together as a tag team?
Or against each other?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Dean is going to turn. And
ooh, I'm going to pour some more Malort. Okay, go ahead. Keep talking. I have an idea.
I feel like...
Sorry, I'm very excited.
No, you're good. No, because I'm high, so I want to know. So yeah, I feel like Dean is gonna turn. You know, like I said, this shit that just happened this week was just bullshit. That's why they did it so quick. You know, it's only one go home show, pay-per-view, and then we had the result on Monday the next night. Something has to go down. If Seth is already tied up into this title picture, I feel like it's only perfect that Dean comes back as a heel, because no way in hell they're turning Roman heel. Especially
this is what I think
Go ahead.
is kind of the opposite of what you just said. I kind of feel like, okay, in my perfect Val Capone rules the world moment, other than me and Charlotte being best friends forever, and like she's my new like workout buddy, so I can learn to be as awesome as her. My other super hope and dream is that Seth and Roman feed Dean to the dogs, and that's why he leaves WWE. Because they like turn on him and we're like, fuck you. The day that our brother announces cancer is back, you turn into a little bitch and turn on me? Then no. Like, I just want to see them both like turn on Dean, because Seth is his dance card is already full. Yeah. And so he doesn't have to worry about Mania. So like Roman Dean at Mania could be a thing for real, like brother against brother. And even if like Roman kind of has the heelish tendencies, he's still going to be like a tweener because he's a cancer survivor and he hasn't done anything wrong in a long time away from the battle that he just faced. Like, I think it'd be really cool, personally, in my heart of hearts, to see Seth and Roman just fucking turn on Dean and be like, fuck you, beat the shit out of him. And it's like, what? Nobody knows why it happened. And it just starts Dean versus Roman. And basically Roman's like, the day that I announced that I have cancer and it's back is the day that you turn your back on us. Fuck you, I'm turning my back on you. That's what I want to see. They're not going to turn him into a heel. He could still be face.
Yeah,
he's saying what you did is wrong.
Yeah, he's not turning heel. Yeah, there. Roman's about to be everywhere right now. Definitely, spreading the awareness for this, for leukemia and stuff like that.
And for the record, can I just reiterate? Remember, you and I believe Elliot were saying that. I was like, no, he's going to come back and say he's in remission. And you guys were like, no, he's not going to be on Good Morning America if he's healthy again. I was like, no, he will. For the record, just saying. All right, I'm going to chug some more Malort.
That is true. Holy shit.
That was a good one.
Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of pissed I don't have any Malort right now. Because this is the only time I would drink it is with you. So
I know, and I like that you just said that out loud.
Yeah, I don't drink Malort. I would never cheat on you and drink Malort with somebody else. So
well, except for Andy Long, I would absolutely allow that.
Yeah, Andy's cool.
Two juice, two Malort. All right, so up next, two juiced up awesome women, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. The stipulation here is if Charlotte wins, it's Becky bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
And if Becky wins, she's added to the Mania match. So I feel like Becky's going to win just because of that stupid fucking stipulation.
No contest. No contest.
It's ending in a no contest? Ronda's coming out?
Yep. I feel if she's going to go full heel, she got to remind people that she is no longer Mrs. Nice Bitch.
She no more Mrs. Nice Bitch. Thank you. Don't make me buy you that t-shirt so you learn it.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's I don't know. I'm just going to say no contest with that one.
Can I be honest? This might be the first match of Charlotte's that I've ever seen on a card that I don't care about seeing live. Like normally I always want to watch her wrestle live because she's just very good at what she does.
Yeah.
And her and Becky have some wicked sick chemistry, but I'm just like, this is just stupid. And maybe it's just because I've been seeing Becky pretend to use a crutch for too long. And I'm just like, I'm watching her put Charlotte in a disarmer. And believe me, I've been in situations where your adrenaline is pumping so hard you don't realize your leg is broken. But if your knee is that injured, it physically cannot bend. So she's kneeling on the ground, leaning back, cranking Charlotte's arm back. And the whole time I'm just like, come on, if your knee is seriously that injured, you can't physically make it bend like that. It just doesn't do it. And I mean, I've played on a torn ACL, MCL, and meniscus, and it still wouldn't bend. Like the way that I had to maneuver was ridiculous. So anyway, I don't care about this match. And I've never said that about a Charlotte Flair match ever. Have I?
No, you haven't.
Never.
You haven't.
Like I have my shirt with me, if you're going to do it with Flair shirt. And I don't even think I'm going to wear it on Sunday. Okay, you're right. I probably will. Let's be real. But I'm going to think about not wearing it.
Okay. Because you don't want to be bad luck. I get it.
I'm always bad luck for Charlotte. She always loses whenever I watch her live.
Yeah.
But I'm not in Cleveland, so that's fine. But you know who is in Cleveland?
Who's that?
The Miz in his hometown.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
With Shane Mizman. And they're taking on the Usos, who currently are wearing their tag team championships around their neck again, like a fucking nameplate. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think is going to happen here?
Usos win. Usos win. Miz is, irate because he lost in his hometown, and I'm pretty
In
sure they're
front
gonna
of
have
his dad.
yeah. And Shane's gonna try to calm him down, and then he's gonna beat the shit out of Shane, and it will set up their match at WrestleMania.
Because, they haven't announced, I don't believe, other than Seth versus Brock, have they announced a single WrestleMania match yet?
No, not yet. No.
I mean, because the women's match isn't even close to solidified yet. So,
Yeah.
speaking of, we have the SmackDown Women's Championship also up for grabs on Sunday night. The current reigning and defending champion, Asuka, will be taking on Mandy Rose.
Mm.
So far, you and I are in agreement on every match for the record. So
yeah. I'm torn with this match.
I am too. I mean, I kind of really feel like they're going to give it to Mandy Rose.
She's not just beating everybody in the fashion that she is for no reason.
Right.
Then what's the point? You're just killing what you're, the momentum that you're putting behind her. I kind of want to say they're going to have Mandy Rose going to WrestleMania as the SmackDown Women's Champion, because right now Asuka doesn't hold any aura around her anymore. She's been defeated.
Right.
Like she's not the killer that she was.
Right.
And you know what? I would hope that Mandy Rose win, and then they can, not repackage, but bring back Asuka and have her wear her like crazy face paint.
Oh yes, like when she was Kana, and she had like the clown paint, and have like the Beauty versus the Beast kind of thing.
Yeah, she's completely evil now. Or you know what? I say this to a buddy, like kind of like how I do Finn Balor. He only brings the demon out, a couple times a year, maybe twice. Do the same thing with Asuka. Like that shit was dope, when she did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I'm going with Mandy Rose.
Same.
Yeah.
So then we have the Women's Tag Team Championship on the line once again. The current and first, quote unquote, ever Women's Tag Team Champions. The Boss and Hug Connection. It pains me to say that every time. I love Bailey. I respect Sasha, but the Boss and Hug Connection. Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, they're taking on Nia Jax and Tamina. I feel like Nia and Tamina are going to take this.
I also think that as well.
Shut up. We're the same person.
I thought they should have won it at the Elimination Chamber. But
yeah, agreed. I wanted to see Mandy and Sonya win it, but I thought that Nia and Tamina would take it.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna go with Nia Jax and Miss Tamina, who gets no respect, but
she's the Rodney Dangerfield.
Yes, definitely. See the youngers, they won't know nothing about that.
Okay, so look up a movie, Caddyshack, and no, just kidding. All right, so So anyway, the Raw Tag Team Championship, which by the way, this was made into a triple threat match that was added on Tuesday. Like, come on, dudes. Ugh. Everything about this is irritating. I really hope it's like either early on in the show or the piss break before the championship match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I never thought in a million years, okay, I've never been a super big fan of the Revival. I'm not going to lie. I'm not anti, I'm just like not pro. But I never thought I would ever say a match that had Aleister Black, Ricochet, and Bobby Roode was going to bore me. And then also Chad Gable. Like, he's a very good wrestler. I'm just not a fan of him as a superstar. I mean, I like him now that he's like a dork with Bobby Roode being like cheesy with the glorious shtick. But I know that you're like a Bobby Roode is just an entrance kind of guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like Bobby Roode.
I like them in TNA.
Yeah, me too.
I love them in TNA.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I mean,
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Rude and Gable. I want to go with them. I don't think they put the titles on Aleister Black and Ricochet right now.
I
'Cause
think they
there's-
do. I think they do. They've been pushing them so hard.
They're parading them on both shows. I mean, I would love for them to stay on Raw because SmackDown is stacked with tag teams. Like they
But
they got everybody. You know.
yeah, I think that they do put the titles on them because of that exact reason. They have been parading them around on both shows, but now like people are going to have to tune in to Monday Night Raw, the 3-hour boring clusterfuck, to see this weird tag team that shouldn't exist anyway. But you know what? It's okay that it does because they're fucking great and they do amazing things. Although they could do amazing things separately as well.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
I think that the ABR is gonna take them titles off the FTR.
Well, we can only pray. And you know what's crazy? What's crazy is that Revival did all this complaining. They did get the titles, but they didn't get any TV entrance 2 weeks in a row.
Even though they asked for them.
Yeah. So I don't know. It is what it is. But I'm gonna stick with Bobby Roode and Chad Gable taking those titles. And yeah.
So we got one match left on the card. It is for the WWE Heavyweight Championship. Daniel Bryan, the current champ, facing off against not Kofi Kingston, Kevin Owens.
I don't know.
I think that he's going to retain because New Day is going to interject somehow.
Yeah, I feel like New Day is going to intervene because they wasn't there, Tuesday. They were watching from India.
And they made a huge point to tell us that.
Yeah. And I feel that's why I also feel like we're going to see Harper at this one. And that's why I was, we were talking about earlier, like, you got 3 of the New Day, and now you'll have 3 of whatever Daniel Bryan's stable is going to be called, Team Planet or whatever.
Or Hippies McGee.
Yes, or Hippies McGee. But I just it doesn't lead to a 3-on-3 match at WrestleMania. Kofi versus Daniel Bryan, with obviously both having their team there, and you know how it's gonna go. Everybody's gonna get ejected, and then it's gonna be like confetti falling down on Mr. Kofi. So I want to go with Daniel Bryan as well. I think he retains. Number one, they just made that title. They just made it. And
they don't even sell it yet.
That's crazy because, like I said, man, as soon as the people in Wicker Park find that belt, oh my Lord, they're gonna be walking around like crazy with those things. But yeah,
I feel like it's gonna be a big hit in Evanston, although I could be wrong.
Yeah, Evanston, certain parts, near Northwestern, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like they care, man.
Mm-hmm.
Although I love Evanston, you could still get there by the train. It's nice, it's clean. They have fantastic food. I support Evanston. I used to go to punk rock shows in a church there, if you can believe that.
Oh shit! You know what? Out of all the whitest shit you said all night, I can believe it.
I thought I said super Chicago shit, not white shit. I'm very tan right now. Come on. Come on.
My bad.
Anyway, so speaking of Chicago, let's talk about a Chicago scene update. There's a huge show tomorrow night, March 8th, at Logan Square Auditorium, of course, which is located where? That is at 2539 North Kedzie Boulevard, smack dab in the Logan Square neighborhood, right off the Blue Line. It is going to be Thrill Your Idols by Freelance Wrestling. And we all know that we are very fond of Freelance here on Schedule for One Fall. So I'm super sad to say that I personally am not going to be there for the first time, and I don't even know how long, because I'm here working in Arizona.
Things to take care of, but I'm pretty sure they will understand.
Yeah, I know that they understand. They're so wonderful. The forecast for the weather looked too sketchy to fly home for 2 days. I can't miss work here. Anyway, so on the card, we have, let's see. We have the Half-Baked Kid versus Kobe Durst versus Eye Candy Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
Nice triple
The
threat
homie.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
who was just on the show last
I
week, right?
told him I gotta give
Or
him
2
King
weeks ago.
Cobra. Yeah.
You do. You got to get him a 40.
He said he's waiting, so I got him.
He's down. He means we had breakfast in bed with him. Come on.
Yeah.
That was our first daytime guest. It was so much fun. Craig Mitchell is going to be taking on Mark Wheeler. That's going to be a sick match. I'm probably going to be watching on independentwrestling.tv, to be honest with you, because I'm so pissed I'm missing this. Eric Cannon facing up against Airwolf. That's going to be fucking sick. I mean, have you ever seen Airwolf? Ugh, dude, he's a lucha. He is amazing.
Yeah, I think we saw him at the GCW versus Freelance.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
DJZ taking on Ego Ethan Page. We got
no, that's not
no, you don't. No.
I take that back. I actually like Ego Ethan Page, and I applaud him on his weight loss that he's been doing. He looks amazing.
Yeah, he's been working so hard, man.
My bad. That was a weed. I was getting, I got him confused. Yeah, I like Ego Page.
You were thinking of all Ego Robert Anthony.
Yes.
Oh wait, no. Now I'm thinking, fuck. Now you're confusing me.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Or it's a Malort. It's probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, all Ego Ethan Page. You were thinking of Ego Robert Anthony with Frank the Clown.
Oh yeah.
But no, all Ego Ethan Page is going to be taking on Airwolf tomorrow. That's going to be fucking sick. We have the Hooligans going up against the Workhorsemen, Anthony Henry and JD Drake, for the Freelance Wrestling Tag Team titles. Of course, there's going to be the three-man dance. Darren Corbin, Mikey, and Bucky, the Take It Home Wreckers, are taking on Gregory Iron, Ricky Shane Page, and Alex Olson. So that's going to be good. Yeah. Geez, there's so many good matches. I'm so freaking pissed off that I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's so many. I'm just looking at the card and I'm like getting all fangirl. I mean,
you are like,
I am the Lady Mark.
Yeah,
I get it.
Mark. Yeah, so.
Oh, Eye Candy Elliott. Hashtag thank you, Elliott. He's trying to start that. That's funny.
Hey, I'm with
because
that.
he walked off camera on me. What the fuck is up with that, by the way? Why does every goddamn wrestler, except for like Kylie Ray, she's the only one. Well, her and Chris Castro. Actually, no, Chris walked away, but it was cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm totally with that. I am with the thank you, Elliott hashtag, and I'm going to start tweeting that tomorrow. I'm definitely going to, tweet thank you, Elliott, because that little promo, I actually liked it. It was pretty cool.
Oh, thanks. Cool. I didn't get to watch it all the way. I I had fun doing it until he was so rude to me, but that's okay.
Yes. Thank you, Elliott.
Thank you, Elliott. I'm so awkward. So no new friends taking on the Space Pirates. That's going to be a sick-ass tag match. Man, I'm just trying to look at all these. Oh, God, there's so many. There's like a scramble that night, too. I'm trying to find the listing of everybody who's actually in the scramble because I know it's going to be a huge one. Kylie Ray is the current freelance wrestling champion. And she is defending her title against Priscilla Kelly, who is making her freelance wrestling debut.
Ooh, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, well, for sure. Yeah. Hopefully things won't get too weird, or maybe they will, and it'll be awesome. But yeah, so there's, to start it out, because we always have our scramble matches generally starting out tonight. We have Ben McCoy versus Trip Cassidy versus Vinny Pacifico versus San Andres versus Chris Castro versus Joe Alonzo versus Kenny Sutra and versus, can I say this? I'm so excited about this.
What's this? What?
Versus next week's guest, Gringo Loco.
Oh, snap. Do you know what?
The Beast God.
I gotta be high as fuck.
Yeah, dude, you better be.
Oh man, I got some new stuff coming too. Oh, so I would definitely be ready. Holy
It's gonna
moly,
make you a Negro Loco. It's
man!
gonna be awesome.
I'm telling you, like Gringo's one of like when I first got back into the indie scene and I saw him, I was like, dude, that dude's pretty fucking dope, and his fucking hair designs are cool too. So like, it's
I
pretty
just
dope.
remember one of the first times I saw him, he like threw out tortillas at the crowd.
Oh wow,
And I was like, fucking sold on this bro. He's amazing. And he is like a sick, high flying lucha. He's got serious power in the ring. I mean, he's like the full package. He's really good at promos. Hopefully, he
hmm
won't walk off on me on camera when I interview him.
oh man,
He's usually actually pretty awesome after matches. I'm not gonna lie. Like
yeah,
for as intense as he is in the ring, he's very, very, very cool outside of the ring. Like he's awesome. So I'm super stoked. He's going to be on our show next week. So here's a little plug for the Gringo episode number 50 Loco of Scheduled for One Fall.
oh
So
man,
we're
I'm waiting for that. Holy shit.
yeah, I'm super stoked. But yeah, so that's going to be the show tomorrow night. Everybody should tune in on independentwrestling.tv, which is how I'm going to be watching it from Arizona. But if you're in Chicago, you should definitely check it out. There's, I believe, there's a couple of front rows tickets left. I believe they're $30, 25 for second row, and 20 for general admission. Overall, it's gonna be fucking sick. So, oh, and there's one other thing of news that we forgot to mention, Patrick, before we wrap up the show.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're about to wrap up the show. And Jim Ross is about to wrap up his career with WWE.
Thank you.
At the end
Thank
of
you,
March, he will be done once his contract expires.
Thank the Lord. My thing is they've always mistreated Jim Ross. You
Mm-hmm.
know, from the stories I've heard, like he's been, treated like shit. And we've seen some of those disgusting storylines they had him be a part of. How many times I don't know how many times these kids Vince McMahon ass on screen in his hometown and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, you know what, man, enjoy it. Jim Ross would never have to worry about not being booked anyway. If he chose to do it, I'm pretty sure it's not WWE's fault, or whatever, but it's,
Well, I don't know. I feel like, okay, so from what I was reading, it looks like he and Vince agreed on it being a mutual thing, but that the people that are like whispering in the ears of Vinnie Mac are don't put Ross on the mic because they don't think he's very good at commentary, which there are some times when I would agree with that. Sometimes I feel like they put him out there because he's a name and he's known, but maybe it's not the right fit for that specific match or that specific pay-per-view. But I think that he's great at commentary when he's given the right information and he's given the right time to prepare for it. I think he's fucking golden. And he's actually one of my personal heroes as a commentator of sports to listen to. I mean, he's had some of the most epic and legendary moments in wrestling commentary, period. And after his wife died, like he was looking to stay busy and just, they were not calling him. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to have no shortage of cool things to look forward to, especially with AEW. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like between New Japan or Ring of Honor or AEW or something like that, I mean, it kind of makes sense that he would be a good fit. So,
yeah. I mean, legendary. I mean, he's already Hall of Fame, but we know that he'll go down as one of the greatest announcers of all time. So
absolutely.
Fuck WWE, and they must be back from the gym.
Yes, they are. Did you hear them?
Yes.
No. She's like, wait, she's still talking, and Michelangelo's like, "Are you sleeping?" Hey.
Hey.
We're talking about Jim Ross leaving the WWE.
Yeah.
Julia's response was, I don't know.
I'm very saddened by this news.
Oh, Michelangelo is very saddened by this news.
You know, I
But-
kind of got that vibe from him. I kind of thought he would be disappointed.
But with that, I think that we should bid adieu and look forward to episode 50, which is gonna feature Gringo Loco.
Yeah. Yes, that is going to be an amazing show. And we're gonna wrap up episode 49. I have another date with the Blunt, and Val, as always, is always great to talk to you about wrestling and stuff. So I will see your ass in about 7 days. Right?
Yes, you will. You will see me at Warrior Wrestling 4.
Oh yeah, that's right. Holy shit! Goddamn, that is soon. I forgot.
What just happened to your voice? That was insane. My dog was barking all the way back in Chicago.
Oh man! Shout out to Yippee Kaye.
She is a motherfucker.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna just shut this whole episode down. So because Val's had a lot of Malort, I had a lot of weed, and we don't have nothing else to talk about unless some breaking news happens like right now, this very second. I don't think we have nothing else to talk about. So thank you guys for listening, and yeah.